Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Sunday, April 3rd, and we have a lot of the same energy. I still feel that because we have Pluto squaring off with Uranus, Mercury, and the Sun, which they're all conjunct, I still believe that this has the possibility of us questioning authority, questioning the direction of the way that the government is going. Like, this has the potential to be as big as our continent or as small as our immediate world. I believe that anything that we obsess over, I believe, is going to be blown out of proportion. I believe that we're going to see a dramatic situation come up that really impacts us and asks us to identify ourselves. What does all of this energy mean when we have so many days that are filled with all of this confusion and inconsistency and this unpredictability? What it does is it shakes, rattles, and rolls. What we are right now is, you ever play Yahtzee and they put all the dice in the cup, they put them all in there and they shake them up and we throw them all out, and all of us hope that we all get all sixes in this Yahtzee, because that's the ideal. Many of us thought that when we picked up those dice, we were going to get sixes, and that was going to be this ideal outcome. And for what this is when we threw those out, all we got were stupid, like a 1, a 2, a 4, nothing that matched. And so now we're at this point where we're like, nothing matches. I'm mad. This isn't serving my needs. And you're going to have this sense of realization. What we needed to see is the reality of our situation. Also, what we needed to do is identify how bad it feels and how much we want to make it feel better. So we want to react. So the way that we pursue things on this planet as human beings is we either move toward pleasure or we move away from pain. So we needed something to shake, rattle, and roll our lives, because there is a sense we weren't real about something, and now we had to see what we had to see. How we deal with that, now that's our journey. Now that's how everybody individually deals with things. So I believe what this energy says to me is, for one, the sun drops into Aries. The moon drops into Aries. Whoops, excuse me. God dang it. The moon drops into Pisces. I'm digging this a little bit, and I'm going to tell you why. We have the sun in the beginning of the zodiac. We have Mercury in the beginning of the zodiac. So that's our mind and our thoughts. And then we have our desire in the beginning of the zodiac. But we have our moon, our emotions, the thing that motivates us. We make everything emotion-based. It's really what sets us aside from most mammals, is how much emotion we associate with things. That's in the end of energy. That's in the cumulative energy. So although I feel that this is accumulating, and I believe that there's an emotional clarity that comes from this. Now, yes, it's confusing. I'm not saying that we'll know how to initiate action, but I think we are going to be able to identify how we feel at this point. I believe that before we were really honestly working off of it was very immediate what we were reacting to. So we were really reacting to our environment, and it wasn't being stimulated by a lot of wisdom. It was being stimulated by ego. I believe that when our moon falls into Pisces, I believe there's a sense of compassion. There's a sense of looking at the lesson in this. I think there's a sense of humanity about this. It's not so much about ego. It's about collective. What is the humanitarian? How does this attach to humanity's mindset? If this was something that was big and catastrophic, then I believe that what we're doing is we're wanting to go in and save the day and take away suffering. I believe that if it wasn't having to do with that, if it was just an individual impact, which I believe that this could highly be just because there is so much Aries energy and that it does deal with self. I believe then what this has to do with is that your environment, something in it has spiraled you out of control. There was something unexpected. It was quite dramatic. It was in your face. It was real. And there's a need to react to it. But I think more importantly, there's a need to seek wisdom. Look at this from all of the zodiac's energy. By the time we drop anything into Pisces, it means that it's accumulation of all of the zodiac. So the moon goes through the entire zodiac at this point. So I love that we have the wisdom at this point to see the big picture, to really attach how we feel to it. And then once we start to attach how we feel, many of us who are not like sociopaths or psychopaths, what we do is then we really understand it from others' perspectives too, because we can take a look at, we can have some empathy for the situation. So today I do feels very volatile, but I feel deeply that today does start to dial it down as far as how much ego that we associated. I definitely believe that it gets a little better. I believe that when energy is like this, it's really important. This is a test. This is a test of how much we can endure. What are our coping methods when it gets this extreme? You know, I've said this before, when Jupiter fell into Virgo and it went back in retrograde, this is really about strength training. And I believe that we're in a strength training exercise, and I believe that we have a choice. Now, energy influences us. It causes us to react. It really does. But I believe that there's always a high and a low vibration of every energy. So you choose which one you want to succumb to. Personally, I'm always about elevating my energy, but I got to tell you, when Aries energy gets like this, because I have a moon in Aries, it's very, very difficult for me to control myself. I'm going to be completely honest. I do think it's important. I do carry around things that that helps me identify when I'm being too ego-based, because I don't always see it, because immediately I react and then I have to deal with the consequence later. I believe that some of us could have immediately had a bunch of reactions to things, and there are consequences now. And I believe that we're starting to feel the emotional impact of them as of today. Today's feeling, I feel there's sorrow. I feel like there's sadness, sorrow. There's a sense of loss. There's a sense of, gosh, I wish, that wouldn't have happened. The realism is, man, that I didn't really like that reality check. There's just this, I think that you need to not only be compassionate with self, because this has a lot to do with self. This is something that has really stretched the boundaries of the relationship that you have with self, that you're forming with self. This energy to me, when I felt it, I was processing it. I was so worked up. Now, I hope to God that what I wasn't feeling was my immediate environment. What I hope it was feeling was your guys' immediate environment, but who knows? When you tune into energy and you channel energy, it could mean anything. But I deeply hope that for some of you, what's coming out of all of this is maybe not such the extreme in energy. Maybe what's coming out of this is, I'm very assured with what I want. My mindset's on board with it. I know what I desire. I now have isolated what it takes to make me happy. I have confidence. I am assured. I know that I have the ability to do this. There's a sense of empowerment in this energy. I do feel like for many of you, the sense of empowerment was skewed because it was ego at its lowest vibration. But I do feel that it's good to have energy that challenges us to define what we deeply, align with. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again.